acá con mi gente J. Calderón. Gracias por todo el apoyo.
What's up, y'all? It's your boy Jay Calderon of Stand Clear Entertainment and Fight Hook News, and we're about to get into this week's boxing talk. The much anticipated lightweight showdown at 135 pounds is upon us, and we have Vasiliy Lomachenko, a two-time Olympic gold medalist that holds the WBA, WBO, and Ring Magazine lineal lightweight crown, and the WBC franchise champion. Is going to take on Brooklyn's own IBF lightweight champion of the world, Teofimo Lopez. This is a matchup that we have been waiting for lightweight supremacy. This is the two top guys in the division that are finally going to meet. Their fight got postponed about twice already this year in 2020 because of the pandemic, but now the fight is upon us. It takes place on October 17th. Right in Las Vegas, Nevada. It's going to be a great showdown. Now, they are letting people in attendance for this fight, but it's not going to be fight fans that tickets are sold to. You know, even though Nevada has given them the green light to bring back fans to the stadium in a very limited amount of 250 people, those tickets are not going to be sold to the fans. They're going to be basically given out to VP executives, sponsors, people that are involved with the fight. But nevertheless, it's a good sign that things are getting back slowly and surely, because we already know that there are going to be other fights where fans are going to be let back in a small amount, but it's a start. You know, it's getting back to reality. And this fight right here is a very big fight. It's an important fight in the lightweight division because Vasiliy Lomachenko is the king of the division. He's the #1 guy, and he's considered to be, pound for pound, the best fighter in the world. Now, in my book, I have Canelo Alvarez and Terence Crawford above Vasiliy Lomachenko. But nevertheless, this guy is definitely one of the top 3 pound for pound best fighters in the world today. He is a superb boxer. You know, a guy like Teofimo Lopez that's coming up, he's a rising young star, 23 years old. This kid is from Brooklyn, my hometown. You know, I'm rooting for him. You know, I think that he's a very good, talented fighter. But is this time too much for him? You know, this is a big stage that he's going to be on. Like I said, it's not going to be the big crowd of Madison Square Garden. There, a lot of people are behind him. He has his family and friends there. You know, this is a different setup, a different scenery. Vasiliy Lomachenko is an outstanding amateur fighter that has close to 400 amateur fights. I think it was about 396 amateur fights where he only lost 1 fight in the amateur rankings, but he's a 2-time Olympic gold medalist. He's seen every style that's out there. You know, Teofimo Lopez, this guy is a very big, physically strong fighter at 135 pounds. I believe he belongs at 140 junior welterweight right now. But he has a nutritionist. He's doing very well. He's training extremely hard, and I think he's going to make the weight quite easily this time around. He's going to be in great condition, perhaps the best he's ever been. But can his ability as a physical fighter, as the power puncher in this fight, be enough to win in this fight right here? You know, we have the lightweight division, which is one of the hottest divisions today at 135 pounds. You got guys like Ryan Garcia about to take his big step up against Luke Campbell, another opponent where Vasiliy Lomachenko had a tough fight against Luke Campbell, but was able to dominate Luke Campbell down the stretch and become victorious to capture the WBC crown, which that WBC crown now belongs to Devin Haney. Devin Haney is a star in this division. He's a young, talented fighter, but he is now going to face Yorkis Gamboa, which is the biggest name on his resume to date right now. So, you know, Devin Haney going against a faded Yorkis Gamboa, which is a guy that performed pretty decently well against Gervonta Tank Davis, but Davis at the end dominated and he captured victory in that fight. So, you know, Tank also has a big fight coming up on pay-per-view later on this month, and he takes on multi-division world champion Leo Santa Cruz. You know, Santa Cruz is a tough fighter, a great chin. You know, they're fighting at 130 pounds, but they're also fighting for the 135-pound lightweight title. They're fighting for 2 world titles, just like Sugar Ray did back in 1988 when he fought for the super middleweight title and the light heavyweight crown at the same time. So that's going to be an interesting fight for Gervonta Tank Davis versus Leo Santa Cruz. And you also have Devin Haney versus Yorkis Gamboa and Ryan Garcia versus Luke Campbell. So, you know, there's a lot of good fights happening in and around the lightweight division. You also have Miguel Bachel the WBC super featherweight champion in the junior lightweight division of 130 pounds, taking Oscar Valdez. That's a great fight right there. You know, that's a possibility for a future opponent. I know that Top Rank is trying to get Miguel Pichel a fight against Vasiliy Lomachenko in the works for quite some time. You also have somebody like Carl Frampton that's going to face possibly Jamel Herring for a WBO junior lightweight title. You know, and then you have Shakur Stevenson that's right in the mix right there. This guy is a future talented fighter, a Floyd Mayweather type of boxing that is going to become a big star in the sport. He's one of the best of the young generation, and he's right there at 130 pounds, and that's a future fight where Vasiliy Lomachenko can go down to 130 because that is his natural weight. He belongs at 130 pounds. He doesn't belong at 135 pounds. That is his maximum ceiling as far as weight class go. He's not going to ever go up to 140 pounds. He goes up to 135, and these are big guys that he is facing. Guys like Teofimo Lopez that are very big lightweights. You know, Devin Haney is another big lightweight. These guys are physically stronger, they're more harder punchers, and it's going to be a tougher fight for a guy like Vasiliy Lomachenko. But make no doubt about it, I believe that Vasiliy Lomachenko is a special type of fighter. He's had only about, 15, 16 professional fights in his career. He's lost one fight, and that was against Orlando Salido. In his second pro fight, he went up for the championship. He did well in that fight. He went 12 rounds with a much bigger fighter that was physically strong, a much more experienced fighter in the pro ranks, a former world champion that was really, giving a lot of low blows in that fight. It was a dirty fight. And Vasiliy Lomachenko lost that fight on points. He didn't get dominated. He didn't get knocked out. He lost a decision in that fight. But he has grown ever since then. And this man is a special type of fighter. He's made 4 men quit in a row in that ring. He's beaten guys like Gary Russell Jr., Guillermo Rigondeaux, and also Jorge Linares. These are guys that were very good fighters that Vasiliy Lomachenko basically dominated. We saw against Linares that he was able to be dropped against a bigger man that's very skillful. Linares is a 3-division world champion, and he was the best in the division before Lomachenko came. And Linares was able to put him down on that canvas. But we saw that the mentality, toughness that Vasiliy Lomachenko has, he was able to come back in that fight and stop Linares to the body and win. This is a guy that is an excellent body puncher. He's very underrated for his body work, but he is an extraordinary body puncher. I rank him right up there with guys like Triple G and Errol Spence Jr. These guys are excellent body punchers. Even Canelo Alvarez is a great body puncher. This guy, Vasiliy Lomachenko, belongs right there when it comes to body work. He has exceptional, great footwork. His footwork is phenomenal in that ring. Probably one of the best footwork in all of boxing today. He has good defense. He's not a Floyd Mayweather or a Pernell Whitaker, but he has good, solid defense, just like a Canelo Alvarez. I think he has even better defensive skills than a Canelo Alvarez. But this guy, he's very accurate in that ring. He has sharp shooting skills in there. He's very accurate with his punches. He doesn't waste a lot of punches. He's going up against a guy in Teofimo Lopez that's physically stronger and is a bigger puncher. Teofimo Lopez has only had 15 professional fights, and he has been talking a lot of smack, especially his father, who's also his trainer. There's been a lot of trash talking, and I think they've gotten under the skin of Vasiliy Lomachenko because Lomachenko is taking this fight very seriously. This man is totally zoned in and focused and ready to put punishment on Teofimo Lopez. Now, I'm rooting for Teofimo Lopez because I'm a Brooklyn guy. He's come from my hometown of Brooklyn. I like him. I met him. I did an interview with him. This guy is a real good guy. He's very bashful. He has a lot of confidence. Some people see it as very cocky, but this kid is a very talented young fighter, and he is definitely on the rise. And if he could beat Vasiliy Lomachenko on October 17th, this is going to be a great victory for this young man to catapult himself to the top of the pound-for-pound list, right there with guys like Canelo Alvarez, Errol Spence Jr., and Terrence Bud Crawford. These guys are the top guys in the pound-for-pound rankings, and Teofimo Lopez gets a victory like this, and he'll become a 3-belt holder with also the Ring Magazine belt. And, people are saying this is not the undisputed crown because Devin Haney is walking around with a WBC title. Let's not forget that Lomachenko is the true WBC champion that won that title and he was never stripped of that title. He was elevated to franchise champion where he's not able to face his mandatories. He gets an exceptional rule. Something like Canelo Alvarez has been awarded. People and boxing fans are not going to like it. They're not going to want to hear that. They want to see an undisputed champion, and I believe that this is the undisputed fight right here, and I feel and hope that, Vasiliy Lomachenko, he says he wants Devin Haney now, and I hope that after Devin Haney takes care of business, that Devin Haney will get his opportunity to fight Vasiliy Lomachenko, because out of all the fighters that are out there in the lightweight division, between Tank and Ryan Garcia and Teofimo Lopez and also Devin Haney, I believe Devin Haney is the one that will give the most difficult problems to Vasiliy Lomachenko and has the best chance of victory over Vasiliy Lomachenko in the lightweight division. That's just my opinion. Also, in the lighter weight, which is at 130 pounds, Shakur Stevenson, I think, also has perhaps the most best chance of defeating Vasiliy Lomachenko, because I believe those guys are special type of fighters that can match the specialty of a guy like Vasiliy Lomachenko. But in this fight right here, Lopez only has a puncher's chance, and we all know that he has the puncher's chance. And I feel that Lopez will definitely put Vasiliy Lomachenko down to the canvas in this fight. I won't be surprised at all. But I know that Vasiliy Lomachenko is made of a special type of mentality, toughness, that he can come up off that canvas and get right back into this fight and dig down deep like a true champion does and come from behind to win a fight like this. But we have to see if Teofimo Lopez has that same mentality, toughness, that he's able to deal with adversity in that ring and come back if he starts falling behind on the scorecards, if he gets frustrated in that fight because he's getting tagged by shots from different angles. Teofimo Lopez, he's not that much of a versatile type of fighter. Like he comes straight forward, he uses the jab, he goes to the body, little bit here and there. He's a very good left hook puncher, and his best punch is the right hand. He hits very hard with that shot. But Vasiliy Lomachenko, he gives you different angles. He gives you different looks. This guy knows how to slip punches. He knows how to step aside. He knows how to use that great footwork to put himself in position with quick combinations. He's very accurate with his punches. He knows how to set up all his shots, even with the uppercut and the straight right hand. This guy, Vasiliy Lomachenko, is the full package. He's not invincible. He can go down. But I believe that he has the experience and mental toughness to come back in a fight. And I think that he's going to dig down deep and go to the body against a guy like Teofimo Lopez. And he's going to hurt Lopez to the body. I truly believe that because, like I said, Loma is a very good body puncher. And he's going to punish Lopez to the body. So this fight is going to go into the later rounds. Because if Lopez can't get him out of there early, like the way he did Richard Comey, then I see this fight dragging out with frustration on the part of Teofimo Lopez going into the 6th, 7th round, where he's going to look very agitated in that ring, and he's going to be, looking for answers. And he's going to have to dig down deep in himself. Even if he scores a knockdown early in this fight or later in this fight, he's going to have to become the finisher. Because a guy like Lomachenko is not just going to stand there or not hold the way Richard Comey did, and a lot of the opponents that Lopez has had in front of him. He's going to be smart enough to go into survival mode until he gets his bearings back, and then he's going to go back into attack mode, and he's going to go for that body. And I believe that, a lot of people says that Vasiliy Lomachenko could win by decision only by outboxing Teofimo Lopez. But I won't be surprised if he stops Teofimo Lopez in this fight with body shots. That's what I truly feel. I think that Lomachenko is going to face adversity in this fight. Both men will face adversity in this fight, but I think the one that's going to come out on top mentally because he's tougher, I believe is Vasiliy Lomachenko. I take nothing away from Teofimo Lopez. This guy has tremendous heart. I know he does. And I know that he's going to go in there trying to give everything that he has to really take care of his man. But I think once that doesn't happen, and he doesn't get the knockout, and the fight drags on to the later rounds, I see the footwork, the body work, quick accuracy of Vasiliy Lomachenko just taking apart a guy like Teofimo Lopez that mentally he's going to be frustrated and he's going to start losing this fight down the stretch and taking a beating to the body, and then he might get stopped or the towel might be thrown in because Vasiliy Lomachenko is coming for blood. This man is very upset, and I think he's more angry and more focused than he's ever been for any other fight because nobody has challenged him and has attacked him verbally the way the Lopez camp has. And I think that's extra motivation for him. This man took 2 pay cuts in order to make this fight happen. You know, he's a 2-time Olympic gold medalist. He's a 3-division world champion. He has multiple titles in the lightweight division. He is the king of the lightweights. And for him, a big payday is definitely granted. He should be making $5 million, maybe even more than that, you know, on the top rank. But he was taking less than $4 million when he signed up for this fight. And then when Teofimo Lopez said that he wasn't happy with his purse, that he was getting a little over $1 million, you know, Teofimo Lopez was refusing to sign the contract. You had Vasiliy Lomachenko step up and say, I'll take another pay cut, a second pay cut, and give him $800,000 from my pay so that he can make $2 million payday, the biggest career high payday of Teofimo Lopez's entire boxing career. You know, it's a big payday for him, $2 million. But now he got the money that he wanted, and Vasiliy Lomachenko is making only $2.6 million. He's only making $600,000 more than what Teofimo Lopez is making. So when you think about that, you think about how bad Vasiliy Lomachenko wants to be in the ring with Teofimo Lopez and how much pain he's going to want to inflict on Lopez. This is going to be a great matchup. It's going to have, you know, some sizzle to it. It's going to have that knockdown. I really, truly believe it. Lopez is going to score that knockdown. But also, you're going to see Vasiliy Lomachenko, like a true champion, I believe, rise to the occasion. And if he doesn't win by decision, I definitely see him winning by stoppage victory in this fight on October 17th. And boxing fans don't have to pay for pay-per-view for this fight. It's not a pay-per-view fight. Thank you to Top Rank. Thank you to ESPN, because it's going to be on regular ESPN, not the ESPN Plus app. Regular ESPN, there's going to be a whole lot of eyeballs on this fight. Millions of people are going to tune in for one of the biggest boxing events of 2020, perhaps the biggest boxing event since the pandemic. You know, we can't wait to tune in to watch this fight, and it's going to be a great fight. But deep in my heart, even though I'm rooting for Teofimo Lopez to win this fight and get his shine as a Brooklynite, I'm going to have to go and not be biased and say that Vasiliy Lomachenko wins this fight 100%. That's my prediction. I'd like to thank everyone for tuning in to this YouTube channel right here, Jay Calderon Boxing Talk. Please hit that little red subscribe button, hit that like button, hit that share button, drop a comment, and also hit that bell icon so you get all my notifications once I drop a new video. Follow me on all social media platforms, on Twitter, on Instagram, and join the Facebook boxing group page, all under the same name, Jay Calderon Boxing Talk. I'm Jay Calderon for Stan Clean Entertainment and Fight Hook News. Thanks for your support. Keep watching, and please subscribe.